Hello, fellow football connoisseurs, and welcome back to the Quick Take. It has been a mental 24 hours at Chelsea Football Club. We have deals collapsing. We have players who once played for Chelsea, massive deals back on. We have Conor Gallagher going to Atletico Madrid, or is he? We'll get into that in just a second. We also have some other news regarding player outgoings, what this means, the deals, as I said, regarding coming to Chelsea, what it means for players at Chelsea. Could they be leaving? Big players, big wages being knocked off. We'll get into all that in just a second, but we're going to start off with the news that started off last night, around 20 hours ago, very late into the night. There are serious issues, this coming from Fabrizio Romano, there are serious issues for Samu Omorodion deal, as Marcus Benito has reported. Chelsea move currently considered at risk, but all parties are still working on it. Now, when we signed Samu Omorodion, I was not the happiest person in the world. Let's just say that. I was not for that deal. I thought it was a interesting deal at the time, especially when I thought there were better options on the market that we were, in discussions with other clubs for. Victor Osimhen. But again, Samu Omorodion deal, it looks like it is off. In fact, no, it is completely off. More on Samu Omorodion deal story. Understand Chelsea and Atletico are in contact to find solutions as Omorodion deal could collapse. Both Atleti and Chelsea have clear plan. Gallagher and Julian Alvarez deal cannot collapse, so work in progress on solutions. And then we had this. Exclusive. Chelsea and Atletico Madrid are now discussing Joao Felix to Chelsea as part of Conor Gallagher deal. Samu Omorodion deal collapsing, and the two clubs don't want Gallagher and Julian Alvarez deals to collapse too. Joao Felix being discussed with Jorge Mendes in London. As far as I'm aware, everything regarding Julian Alvarez has in fact been announced by Atletico Madrid. Julian Alvarez is an Atletico Madrid player as far as I am aware. There are still some things being worked out regarding Conor Gallagher, but with the Joao Felix move to Chelsea definitely on, we'll get into more news regarding his side and how on this deal is. We will certainly see the future of Conor Gallagher sorted out probably today. Samu Omorodion deal to Chelsea is 100% off. Major issues confirmed, and Omorodion will return to Madrid in the next hours with serious chances to join another club in the next few days. Then we had this around about the same time. Chelsea and Atletico Madrid are both clear. No chance for Gallagher and Julian Alvarez deals to collapse after Omorodion move off, so there's no chance of them both collapsing. They want to find a new solution. Exclusive story on Joao Felix. He's part of club-to-club talks now with his agent Jorge Mendes in London. Of course, Jorge Mendes, super agent. He is the agent for a number of massive players in Portugal, including obviously the likes of David De Gea, Cristiano Ronaldo, Diego Costa, James Rodriguez, those kind of players, massive players. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo being the biggest one there. More regarding Joao Felix here from Fabrizio Romano. Exclusive story on Joao Felix and Chelsea as part of the conversations with Atletico Madrid. 100% confirmed. Club-to-club talks ongoing, and with his agent Jorge Mendes too. Then of course, Fabrizio Romano went to bed, and when he woke up, he revealed this. Joao Felix story exclusively revealed yesterday night, entering into key stages. Jorge Mendes still in London to negotiate his potential return to Chelsea. Talks remain ongoing. CFC management wanted to keep Joao 1 year ago. He wanted to stay, but Poch said no. Another reason why to dislike Pochettino. Joao Felix has already said yes to Chelsea return. His agent Jorge Mendes was informed yesterday. Negotiations ongoing between Chelsea and Atleti, as revealed last night, is up to Chelsea now. This is also crucial for Conor Gallagher deal. So if Joao Felix doesn't come to Chelsea, there is a good chance that Conor Gallagher's deal to Atletico Madrid, as revealed by Fabrizio Romano's report 9 hours ago, also collapses. Not ideal. We also had some updates regarding outgoings from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea will also be working on outgoings in the next few days. Lukaku is expected to join Napoli, and we have a further update regarding that later on in the video. Raheem Sterling can leave if Joao Felix returns to Stamford Bridge. As revealed, Noni Madueke, one to watch in case of good bids, with Newcastle interested, and apparently Miguel Almiron is actually attracting interest from Charlotte FC, if I remember correctly, from the MLS. Diego Moreira considering Strasbourg loan. I've also seen some reports that he is considering a move for like £1.9 million to Strasbourg, just in general, as a permanent deal. But yes, getting back into Joao Felix, this time coming in from Matt Law. Now, one of the big drawbacks for Joao Felix was his high wage demands. It was a big talking point when we had him on loan between January and the end of the season before Poch under Potter, and then Lampard towards the end of the season. It was his high wages. And a lot of people might think, well, how's this going to work, TQT? Chelsea want to lower their wage bill. Well, we have this. Breaking, Joao Felix is willing to take a significant wage cut in order to return to Chelsea. Now, that is not on loan. That is a permanent deal to return to Chelsea because, of course, Atletico Madrid, they need money, of course, to pay for the deals for Conor Gallagher and Julian Alvarez, and also to stay in line with FFP, I would imagine. So a loan just wouldn't work for them. They want a permanent deal. Breaking, it's anticipated that Chelsea could land Felix for an initial fee under £40 million, and the terms of the deal may prove too favourable for them to turn down, that being Chelsea. More regarding this whole deal. If Chelsea were to sign Felix, it would raise questions over the future of Sterling. The biggest issue is his wages, which is 325 smackaroons a week. But there is a sense that Sterling could leave before the window closes. Of course, I think we've been in discussions with Saudi Arabia to try and take him. There aren't many clubs out there who would take Sterling at this point in his career. I think he's actually past his prime, even though he really should be in his prime, because he started playing a lot like Gavi. He started playing a lot of football at a very early age. He may be burnt out. He's picking up injuries left, right and centre, that kind of thing. He's not the player he once was at Man City and even at Liverpool. We also have this from Matt Law. A deal for Joao Felix would not end interest in Chelsea signing an outright striker before the window closes. That again coming in from Matt Law DT. Now, I did mention we have some other news regarding outgoings, especially Lukaku, but I'm just going to go into this one from Carney Chukwuemeka. Crystal Palace are ready to pay over £20 million to sign Carney Chukwuemeka. And breaking, Napoli have offered 21 million, plus 4.2 million in add-ons for Lukaku. No more loans from Napoli. They want him permanently, and they've offered around £25 million, which is around 30 million euros. Not too bad. As I said, hopefully we are still in discussions for a deal regarding Victor Osimhen. I spoke on Osimhen the other day. Chelsea was still interested and, of course, in constant discussions with Napoli, trying to find a way around this deal. But it certainly seems like things are heating up for Chelsea at the moment. Lots of players coming in, lots of players coming out, as I said, Joao Felix. We're still looking for striker opportunities in the market, whether that is Victor Osimhen or whether that is someone else. I'd imagine it will be Osimhen. I'd imagine that is going to be where our attention is going to go to. Again, Samuel Omorodion and Osimhen, they're kind of similar profiles in terms of physicality. Joao Felix, he will not be playing striker. As far as I'm aware, he will not be playing striker. In fact, I've got here right now where I think he will be playing on this little tactical board. So as you can see, I've kind of laid out the players in this side to kind of give you an idea of who will be starting where and what will be happening. So see, I've got Jorgensen starting net. I've got Cucurella at left back, Colwill, Tosin, James, these kind of players. Fofana, they could be on rotation. I've got the names there for showing purposes that, these players can be rotated. And again, Maresca, he wants like 2 world-class players in every position. I think we're kind of building towards that. We've got Lavia in the midfield with Enzo. We've got Nkunku sitting behind Osimhen and Jackson, and got Palmer out on the right-hand side. Neto, of course, new arrival Neto. And on the left-hand side, Neto could start also there. We've also got Joao Felix and Mudryk as options for the left-hand side. Joao Felix, I think, could be a fantastic option coming off the left-hand side. But of course, that is not how we play in game. So when we move into game, we go to a back 3. Jorgensen pushes up, but I can't move him on Share My Tactics. But Jorgensen pushes up probably in between either Tosin and James or Tosin and Colwill, basically being an outfield defender. And Cucurella and Vega, they would, invert into the midfield alongside Lavia or Caicedo. You've got Enzo pushing forward to be like an attacking 8 alongside Nkunku, who'd be playing like as a not a shadow striker, but as I said, one of those attacking 8s, getting involved, getting into those positions to make things happen, take the ball, carry it into the box, score a goal. Fantastic player all round, Christopher Nkunku. If he's out injured, you've got KDH who could step in. You've got Cole Palmer who could move into a more central position in those half spaces. I've also got Cole Palmer starting on the right-hand side. As I said, Neto, he could be a fantastic understudy. Not even an understudy, but a fantastic option. If Palmer is moved into a more central position, he could certainly be a dangerous option on that right-hand side. On that left-hand side as well, again, I've got him starting on that left-hand side. Joao Felix fits in quite snugly. He can, fight for his place, because I think he is a player that I think right now in his career, He went to Atletico Madrid for a lot of money and it didn't really work out. He didn't really hit the heights that everyone expected him to hit. When he came to Chelsea, we obviously saw that him again in that game against Fulham. He was electric. He got sent off, but he was electric. And we did see moments of brilliance from him. But I think it's consistency that he needs to find. And with him just not being put into a starting position, I think him fighting for that place against a player like Neto, a fellow Portuguese man who he obviously knows and I'd imagine is friendly with. I'd imagine they're friends, obviously international mates. Both attacking players, they'd have worked with each other in drills. I'm sure they're very well aware of each other and their strengths and weaknesses. I think that'll push him to be a better player. And then, of course, you've got the big man up front, Victor Osimhen, a deal that I think will be happening for Chelsea in the near future. Nicholas Jackson again playing as understudy, and then Marc Guéhi playing as a third choice striker. So in terms of how he fits into this side, it doesn't necessarily mean he's a direct starter. Again, he'd be coming in for around 40, maybe even less than 40 million pounds. And we've just signed someone like Pedro Neto, who will be, some may say, arguably a better choice for that left-hand side. But I do think Joao Felix can provide something for this team that not many other players can. And it's that world-class ability to pull something out of the hat. Other players can do that. Neto can do that. And I think Cole Palmer can obviously do that. But Joao Felix just has that, I don't know how to describe it, It's like literally magic. You know, he's one of those players that the way he just moves and the way he's able to just glide past players and the way he's able to just time nutmegs perfectly against players to get past them, it's a wonder to watch. You know, he can be inconsistent in front of goals at times, but he can also be very consistent in terms of like his heading ability. You know, let's have a look at his FB ref rankings here. This is him in the last 365 days. And as you can see, he is a goal threat. 0.47 goals per 90, 91st percentile. That is compared to other attacking midfielders and wingers. Shots total, 3.68 per game, 96th percentile. Shots on target, 1.51, 96th percentile. So not only is he having a lot of shots, but they are on target. His XG is also quite high, 0.49 per game, 97th percentile. So he's only just underperforming his XG by 0.02. Not too bad. Of course, you want players to be outperforming that XG, you know, being better than they are expected to be. But of course, it's not too worrying. In terms of passing, it's not like he's like the most involved player on the ball in build-up play. His short passing completion stats are kind of average, even better than average. You know, in the low 80s percentile rankings for passes completed, attempted, and pass completion rate. Short passes, medium and long ranges, however, not as impressive. But pass tights, he's doing, you know, a good number of through balls and switches, and he is getting involved in terms of blocking passes, which shows his pressing ability and winning the ball back. 0.8 passes blocked per 90th percentile there. In terms of shot creating actions, he's not doing really too much in terms of like take-ons, 66th percentile, so better than 2/3 of other attacking midfielders and wingers, but it really comes from him taking shots. He's one of those players that likes to have a shot on goal. Shot creating actions per shot, 96th percentile, and then goal creating actions per shot, 0.14 per 90, 99th percentile. In fact, goal creating actions per via take-ons, 0.09 per 90, that's in the 85th percentile. I'm just rambling numbers to you, but they actually do mean something. I'm trying to explain his strengths and his weaknesses. In terms of his touches in the attacking penalty and the attacking third, again, he's getting involved there, 79th and 85th percentile respectively. And as I said, passes received and progressive passes received, he is a progressive passer, 83rd and 87th percentile respectively. And then we see here in the miscellaneous stats where he kind of stands out really. So fouls drawn, as I said, he's really quick-footed and he knows how to shift his body to protect the ball and allow himself to be fouled, and that is shown here. Fouls drawn, 2.88 per 90, 95th percentile. And then when it comes to his aerial ability, I mean, he's not the tallest player in the world, and he's actually fairly thin in terms of his build. But that doesn't mean that, you know, he's not an effective ball-winning player in the air. Aerials lost, 0.38 per 90, 90th percentile, and then percentage of aerials won, 55.6 percentile, 92nd percentile. And he has scored some cracking headers. I think he scored like an unbelievable header against, it was a diving header against Manchester United. He's one of those players that can actually pull that kind of moment from nowhere. He's just one of those fantastic players. Do I think it is a completely necessary deal for Chelsea? Not particularly. I think after Pedro Neto, we were kind of covered on the wings. However, I'm never going to say no to a player like Joao Felix, especially if he wants to reduce his wages and if it means that players like Raheem Sterling will be moved on. I just think Joao Felix is one of those players that it's an opportunity too good to miss. So to wrap up today's news story today, Samuel Omorodion to Chelsea is now completely off, and I think that really does open the door for Victor Osimhen to become the #1 priority for Chelsea towards the end of the summer transfer window. Apparently there are fans screaming at Behdad Eghbali the other game against Inter, please sign Victor Osimhen, and now it looks like, the deal for Omorodion has collapsed, and maybe things could start, coming in motion as we enter these last 2 weeks of the transfer window. But it does look like this Joao Felix deal has a lot riding on it. As I said, I think Julian Alvarez is already a player for Atletico Madrid. It is the Conor Gallagher deal that is now riding on this deal being agreed, as I said, between Chelsea and Atletico Madrid for Joao Felix. If we have an agreement for Joao Felix, then we have an agreement for Conor Gallagher. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. I've been The Quick Take, and I'll catch you all on the next one. See you later.